I want to show you the use of the shape tool series in the toolbox. You'll see that the shape tool sits here, and there is, depending on which tool you have selected, there it is. But if you click on that little black triangle at the corner here, it will show you all the tools that are sitting there, and it will give you the tear off button that you can tear off and have them sitting all in front of you. I already have it up here, so I'm just going to turn this one off. Now, each one of these tools has a different pre-made shape. For example, the rectangle, if you just click and drag it, you're going to get a rectangle. Now, I've got it as a black stroke and no fill, so you can't see that. If I switch them so there's a fill there, now you can see a black fill but no stroke. Let's leave them in color for a minute so you can see the differences. Now, this will let you do a rectangle any way you want to do it mechanically. If you want to do a rectangle that's a square, hold the Option key down and it will grow, the Shift key down, it will grow from the upper left to the lower right. If you want to do it so that the square grows, or any rectangle grows from the center, you can come here and say, give me a center here, Shift and Option key, it grows from the center out. Just the Option key, it will grow from the center out as any kind of mechanical rectangle you want to make. With the Shift key and the Option key, it will grow from the center out. The same thing, similar tool is this one that has a rectangle with a cornered edge on it, and you can make mechanicals of that all day if you want to. And if you want it from the center, same thing, hold it from the Shift and the Option key with your left hand and grow it from the center out. If you want to change the corner radius, you can click on the let me do that again so you can see what I did there. I have this box selected. I can take my tool and click on it inside here with that little crosshair, click, and it will give me then the width and the height of the corner. Well, that's the box itself, but the corner radius is 1.1667 inch. You can change that to 0.2 or to 0.3. It just makes a bigger radius, and that's depending on what you're trying to accomplish with that. So those are the rectangles. The circle, if you just want to make an oval and it'll grow wherever you want it to go, there you have it. If you want to make a circle, well, grow from the center out oval, the Option key, and it will grow from the center out, but it's still mechanical, whatever you want. If you want it to grow as a circle from the center, let's place this one out of the way. Now, if I come back with my circle tool or oval tool and I want a circle, Shift and Option, it will grow from the center out. If I just hold the Shift key down, it will grow a circle from the upper left to the lower right. I find it easiest to go from the center out because generally a circle has a center point where if you were using the old-fashioned compass or the pencil, that's where you would stick it in the paper. Okay, so the multiple-sided tool, then, if you come here and let's use the Option key again, and it will give you a multiple-sided object. Now, when I click on this, I don't know how many sides there are. Click in the middle. Oh, it's 13 sides. If I wanted something that was 9 or 8, let's go 7 sides. It makes another shape here, and there's my 7-sided thing. If I don't want that all at once, I can come up here and just click on this tool, click, just anywhere, click, and it'll say, how many sides do you want? Let's go back to a 5-sided object. And I hit OK, and it gives me a pentagon. Again, if I want, let's say I want that object here, and I hold it in the center, and hold down the Option key and go click, and it says let's go in pentagon, 8 sides, and hit that, and it gives you an 8-sided shape. What's the lowest number of sides you can have with a multiple shaped object? Well, click, 3. It won't go any lower than 3 because that's an equilateral triangle, and there you are with that. So the star tool, now it gives you 2 kinds of stars. If you hold the Option key down and grow here from the center out, it will give you what I call the squared off star. And if you hold the Shift key down, it will make it just level. and it gives you the squared off star. If you come here and hold just the shift key down, not the option key, it will give you an angled star. Now this one will come straight. You can't twirl it like with the other one, but it'll come straight out. And you can see the angles vary here. This is what I call a straight angle, and it's still an angle, but it's a little more meat on the individual arms on a 5-pointed star. So those are the two kinds of stars you can get with the shift key only, or the shift key and the option key will give you a square star. The last item here, I advise you not to use it ever. It's a flare tool. If you click on this thing, it gives you this, fancy looking flare that if you use it, I don't know where you're going to print it very well. That's going to cause all kinds of problems with the printer because it's some real different shades and tones and a lot of stuff going on with it. And it looks spectacular maybe once in your life, but I'd stay away from that. You use it and it looks good on the computer, perhaps on the screen, on the monitor, but if you're going to send this to a printer or going to go to a website or wherever it's going, very hard to reproduce it. So I'd stay away from that guy because he's really not going to help you very much, and it's just sort of a fancy bang tool they put in there. So those are the uses of these multiple tools. Now remember back when we were working on the quilt, you could make a square. Let's see, I got to get the square tool. You could make a square, and then from that you expand it with the option key and the shift key. It comes out, and then you just duplicate those guys, and then you take the group of those and you can expand them down and delete with the D key, and you go all day long with that sort of stuff. So there's where you're going to come in contact with those squares and shapes. A lot of times when you make stuff, you are going to have rectangles and circles or ovals, and that tool is very useful to get to your shapes very quickly.